Hi there, it's Doris, your golf diva, and welcome to the Traveling Golf Diva podcast, where golf meets travel, lifestyle, and unforgettable adventures. I am very excited today and honored to have a special guest from Scotland. Emilee Taylor Bradshaw is the founder and creator of Golf Travel Design, and I don't want to tell you any more about it because she is going to tell you everything.
Hello, divas and gents, and welcome to the Traveling Golf Diva podcast, where golf meets travel, lifestyle, and unforgettable adventures. Here's your host, Doris Muscarella.
Welcome, Emilee.
Thank you. I am delighted to be on your podcast, Diva.
I love it. Emilee comes from Scotland and she works and lives in St. Andrews. Can you tell me a little bit about your background, Emilee?
I sure can. So I am from England. I'm 35 years old and I am the owner of Golf Travel Design. I have played golf all my life since I was 4 years old and have played competitively, socially, internationally, up until about kind of 10 years ago. I turned professional when I was 22 and had a little spell on the Access Tour for a couple of years, and then I did my PGA. We found ourselves kind of relocating to Scotland, which is amazing, to the home of golf. And we've been there ever since with our daughter Annie and our Labrador Pippa.
Pippa. Annie's how old?
She's 5.
5 years old. Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
She is a diva, let me tell you.
She's a diva. Now, Scotland is always cold, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, the winters for sure.
The winters. I went to Scotland maybe 12 years ago, and we went in the summer of our U.S. summer, like June and July, and it was cold.
Okay.
Scotland was cold and it was rainy. I love Scotland, so I loved every minute of it, but it was cold. So, coming from Florida, sunny Florida, it's a change, but.
Yeah, I think there's one thing for sure that you definitely need to pack for every weather. When you come to Scotland, there's every chance you're going to need a beanie and some mitts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That doesn't stop us playing golf, though.
No. And then you have to have a pull cart.
Yes.
Yeah, we're spoiled. I mean, I'm a diva. I have to have a golf cart, and decorate it bling bling because I don't want to walk.
There's caddies, though, so.
The caddies, okay. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about St. Andrews for those that have not been there.
Okay, so St. Andrews is the home of golf, and I truly believe that if you are a golfer or a non-golfer, as soon as you arrive into St. Andrews, it has this just bubble of just magic. You drive in and there's, the history and the food and everyone, you're just surrounded by people that love golf, and it's just a magical place and an amazing memory for sure. If you get to go, once, twice, it's beautiful.
That's amazing. So we just had a meeting for my divas that are listening with Emilee because we want to have like a member trip to Scotland, and Emilee is putting it together. Could you give us some information about that?
Yeah, for sure. So the idea is that we build a package, and it includes some of the kind of world-class courses in Scotland, but also a few hidden gems too. And we look after everything from as soon as you hit the ground in Scotland. So I will be there to pick you up. We arrange a transport, dinners, massages, anything that you want while you're there. I am your golf travel assistant for everything that you need.
Your diva golf travels.
Correct.
I know, because some people like me, I like to be, when we went there, we stayed at 1 day or 2 days, we stayed in a castle, and then we went to a hotel, and then we would just go into different places. It was a 10-day trip, and we had shopping in there. Oh my God, I love shopping. We went shopping and we went to the different places
Now, we didn't know anything about the restaurants. Do you take care of that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So it can be anything. I mean, it's restaurants, I think, is a personal choice. But we create a list of the restaurants that range from, local cuisine to, Michelin star, if that's what, however, the range is very broad. But yeah, we pick the fun places where you're going to experience some culture and the Scottish way of things.
Even though, one of the members here was asking about an Italian restaurant in Scotland. I couldn't believe that. I mean, when you go to Scotland, you eat their food and you enjoy their culture and the traditions and all that stuff. So, but she wanted an Italian restaurant. And you said, we have one of the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely some memorable restaurants in St Andrews, well, and in Scotland actually, that everybody has on the list. And they've been there for years and people keep coming back and they're just great food and great fun.
What about the reservations? Like, I heard St Andrews has a waiting list of a year. How does that work?
Yeah, so St Andrews, the old course, is notoriously tricky to get on. There's no doubt. At the moment, it's very tricky. There's definitely some movement on those tea times right now. I think they're having a spell of kind of changing how they do things. But the old course generally has a ballot system, and you arrive, you put your names on the ballot, and if you get picked out of the hat, basically, then you get to play. And I think that's kind of what makes St Andrews so special, because then when you do get to play, you're like, there's probably 400, 500 people in a day that are willing to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you say ballot, to me, is you're talking about a lottery system.
Yeah.
Wow. So if I travel over there and I have to sit there and go on a lottery, I would get so frustrated.
Yeah. 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 No, the other option is obviously to go through somebody who has access to tea times. But yeah, you're talking at least a year, maybe even 2 years in advance.
Wow.
For the tea times. Yeah. Yeah. It's tricky, but well worth it. For sure. I mean, the magic of the old course is something else.
Absolutely. And it's historical.
Yeah.
I love the castles. Love castles. I like to book, time for that. I really want to, for, you guys call it a holiday. For a holiday for my significant other, I would like to plan a trip for him, like a surprise trip. And of course, you said it takes a year to get all that information and everything in order. And then I was just telling people here where I live about my idea, and they're like, well, we want to do the same thing. Can you put a group together? So, Emily, tell me about the different membership packages that you have. Oh, Divas, don't forget, she has a Divas package, all for women that want to go to St. Andrews. Tell me all about that.
I do. So I'm working really closely with Doris on this. We're very excited about it. Yeah, we're creating a kind of 7-day Diva trip for our ladies to come over and join in the fun. We're going to have a range of, world-class golf courses, some hidden gems in there. We're going to do some wellness, whatever it might be, but ultimately have just a really great time without the guys.
So, but what if the guys want to come?
Well, that's also an option.
Divas and Jets.
Divas and nice.
There you go.
Yeah, the Divas and Jets trip. Okay, yeah, we can definitely do that.
Trip to St. Andrews in 2026, maybe?
27, I think.
27. And we'll put it all together. We'll make arrangements, different packages. The top shelf, because that's who we are. We want the best.
Absolutely.
And you'll take care of that for us. And that's amazing that you could do that. Your experience is so impressive. PGA, you did all the inside trips. Tell me a little bit more about, you were in a tournament. Weren't you competing European?
Yeah. When I turned professional when I was 22, and I had a couple of years on the Ladies European Access Tour, which was very fun. but also a different, it's a different lifestyle. It takes some getting used to, for sure. And then I came back and I decided to do my PGA qualifications. And I spent a lot of time teaching juniors and ladies. And then I got into the tournament side of, running things at my club. And we did golf festivals for women. And that kind of took me all the way up then to St. Andrews.
That's where you're living right now.
It is, yeah.
And your husband also plays.
He does, yeah. So he has his PGA qualification. In fact, he has a pretty high CV in his golf career, which is awesome. Very, very proud, very impressive.
And we're proud of him when we go up there.
Absolutely.
And your 5-year-old Diva.
Yes, yeah. She has some fire, that girl, and I love it.
How can people get a hold of you? What's the way you contact you?
Okay, so I am available on LinkedIn. We also have a website where we can arrange short conference call just to kind of meet each other and get to know each other and find out how you want to travel and when and where and all that kind of something that we decided when we built Golf Travel Design was that this was a personalized service. So we like to get to know our clients and why they're traveling.
Right.
I think it's really important because we can build.
Right, on that.
Yeah. We can build and curate it to, why that person or that, that golfer wants to go to St. Andrews or Ireland or Spain or.
Right. And how far in advance do you recommend that they start planning?
Okay, so depending on if you, so Scotland and Ireland, I would say at least a year. So we are, the clubs at the moment are opening their diaries for 2027, 30-term diaries. So if you want courses like Royal County Down, Royal Donnock, Muirfield, for example, you need to be, thinking about your 2027 travel quite soon. If you did want to travel in 2026, there are other areas that have some extremely high caliber courses too. England, for example, has, I think, the best different course types. You can play links golf one day and then play Heathland or Parkland, and they're members clubs. The quality of the courses is exceptional.
And you take care of that too?
I do.
Oh, wow. I've never been to England.
Okay.
I've been to Ireland and Scotland, Portugal, Spain, but not to England, that I heard is absolutely beautiful.
It sure is. Yeah. I think it's definitely finding its way up on the list of must go places.
Okay. I like that. I do like to go sometimes with groups that we play and get together. So I'm looking into both the single going together as a couple and also the members creating a group from our country club that would go up there and get together. Now, the last time we went on a trip, we went to Panama. We had 20 couples and 2 of the pros from the club went with us, which was amazing because we got to play with them too. I loved it.
Absolutely.
So don't be surprised if our Joe will go and play up there in Scotland or England.
No, and that is wonderful. I think it's a great opportunity for your your country club professionals to come along with you and get to know you and provide some coaching maybe. It's however aviso. We don't have a female professional here. They're all male. They're amazing. Love them. But sometimes you want another female playing with you so you can relate and, I don't know. I'm a diva. I like to play with other women and have fun. And it's just different. Yeah. There are some incredible women PGA, professionals out there. And, but they're rare. They're nice. So, absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely have some, I would definitely play with you when you come out.
So give me some insights on traveling to St. Andrews or Scotland or England. What are your insights that you could say, well, you should prepare this if you go to Scotland or England?
Okay.
What is your insight?
Okay. So, most of the courses in the UK are walking-only courses.
Yes.
So you need good shoes. You're walking kind of 5-6 miles a day. You will have a caddy, but yeah, they're generally walking courses. So good shoes. I don't know, some blister plasters.
In shape.
Be in shape, exactly. And just I would prepare just for any kind of weather eventuality. So definitely take some rain gear. A couple of warmer things, warmer items, definitely. Lip balm.
Very important lip balm.
Very important. There's nothing worse than, sore lips. So, yeah, definitely lip balm. Sun cream. You can, windburn out there is quite lethal, Different kind of tan out there for sure.
So the price range, tell me just the general price range for these caddies.
So anywhere between, I'd say an average 100 plus tip in pounds sterling.
Okay.
Yeah. And they are well worth it for that local knowledge. Yeah. The local knowledge of Scotland Golf is, you will be putting from places halfway down the fairway, Wow. Links golf is very different. Bouncy, the undulations into the greens, the bunkers, any tips you can get from that. Honestly, they are worth their weight in gold.
Those bunkers are deadly.
Yeah.
They're very deep. They're very slanted. You're like, oh my goodness. So absolutely, that's a very good advice.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oh my goodness, those bunkers they are a penalty shot for sure. But if there's oh my god, you could, and you might not get out of it. Even for anybody, they are tricky.
They're tricky.
Yeah, tricky. Stay out of the bunkers.
But the experience you get, it is just unforgettable. Unforgettable. I went to Scotland. I told you 12 years ago, and I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
At the time I didn't play golf. I did see my significant other playing golf and enjoying. He did have a caddy. He loved it. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend if you want to travel and you need somebody that lives there and wants to give you the best service and advice, call Emilee Taylor. She can help you with that. And what's your website?
It's golftravel.design. Golftravel.design. And on there is all the information. There's a bio of myself and my husband. There's some kind of itinerary examples. Yeah, learn about us. Have a little look on the website and see who we are. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
And do you have a contact page where they could put in their contact information and you get a hold of them?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely. I always think the best way to start this is to have a call.
Have a call. And if you put in a group together and you want the, let's say the country club manager to help you put it together, have them also call her. She's working for different country clubs in the United States and she takes care of this. So, perfect.
Absolutely. I'm here to help. Absolutely. And it might be that, we all travel for different reasons. It could be that you're arranging something in your country club or an anniversary trip or a birthday or, graduation or, even a business trip. One thing I realized when we decided that we were going to create Golf Travel Design was that there weren't very many women in the industry. Okay. And working in, behind the scenes in the industry before setting up our company, there is a lot of incredible women behind the scenes that are the engine of, golf hospitality. And I was one of my, something that empowered me to do this was to hopefully bridge that gap because there wasn't anybody I knew that was a golf travel coordinator that was owned or female led.
Right.
And it would, if I can help bridge that gap and, and kind of inspire more women to travel, that would be fantastic. I think it's really important that we, there's, it can be for networking for sure. It can be, socializing. Oh my gosh.
I was curious and I went online and of course I had to use AI and I said, how many women golfer do we have? Are there? And it said there are 7.8 million women golfer. And I'm in my mind, where are they?
Yeah.
because every time I go play golf, they pair us up with 3 men. So I'm like, where are these 7.8 women that are playing golf out there? Why can't we all connect? And why can't we just get together? Like you said, we're going to get together, all these girls, and talk about golf and talk about what we're doing with our lives and share our experiences.
Yeah, I think if you've never played golf before and you're thinking about it, I would, there's never a good time. So there's always a good time. Just do it. Absolutely. I think, it brings you so much, joy in terms of, your fitness or your social life, or, you meet your connections, or, it's just general wellness. You can I can guarantee you travel anywhere in the world, there's going to be a golf course somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Very close by. So, take your golf clubs everywhere. But have an AirTag in your bag.
Yes.
I lost my luggage.
Nila, can you tell us? We had to say that, Emma, I have told in the podcast, I have a checklist, and I talk about the AirTags and backup plans and all this stuff. Emily, can you please tell us what happened with your luggage?
Yeah, so I had a bit of a nightmare journey to get over to Miami, and I sat on the runway for a couple of hours in Edinburgh, and I missed my connection. So what was supposed to be a direct flight then from Dublin to Miami, I then got kind of on a different flight over to Newark, and then to Miami. I was like, I'm never seeing my luggage again. And the one time that I didn't put any kind of, AirTag or tracking device in my bag, and lost a bag. So, for fellow traveling divas out there, do not forget your AirTag, because at least you can monitor where it is. Luckily, I had I'd put a few things. My golf clubs did arrive, which was great, but my luggage, my other bag, didn't. It's still missing somewhere.
And in my golf bag, okay, don't laugh, but I put backup. I put lipsticks, I put deodorant, I put it in the golf bag because I'm afraid of that happening. I always have a backup plan. I have 2 computers. I got two for everything, because I've experienced certain things that I will never forget. They scar you. So I don't want that. So I do have a backup plan. I do suggest you get AirTags. I also suggest, which I talked about in one of my podcasts, if you're traveling abroad, register with the embassy of that particular country.
Yep.
Because it is very important to get alerts, and it's very important to know what's happening in that particular country. So I do recommend that. And if you have a travel agent that is working with you, that's even better, because they will let you know and keep you informed as to what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's really, really important.
Absolutely. And something we do have with our company too is backup supplies. So if you do lose your golf clubs, we have another set. If we have emergency kits ready just in case. So don't worry about that.
That's perfect. So we're going to wrap it up. We have some key takeaways. We just talked about, don't forget your airbags, AirTags. Don't forget to register with the embassy. Don't forget to call Emilee Taylor if you're headed out to Europe, to Scotland, England, and she will tell us her information again.
So it is, my email address is emily@golftravel.design.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Traveling Golf Diva on Spotify, Apple, your favorite platform. Encourage listeners to share their own golf travel stories. Please share them with us. We have a website, the Traveling Golf Diva, which we're going to be posting our next events, our episodes, and our exclusive Diva partners, where you could get special rates on traveling. And until next time, thetravelinggolfdiva.com. Thank you, and hit 'em straight.
Thanks for listening to the Traveling Golf Diva podcast. Be sure to subscribe, share, and follow. Find the Diva on Facebook at The Traveling Golf Diva and on Instagram at The Golf Diva. And be sure to visit the TravelingGolfDivaPodcast.com for more inspiration. See you next time.